Our hobby's hard sometimes. I mean, my wife is working full-time night shifts at the NICU. I'm working full-time day shifts here at Quackalope and doing my very best to maintain some semblance of normalcy in our house by making lunches and doing dishes. And at the same time, there's a lot of games that have just arrived in the mail over the last week or so that we desperately want to play. So this is a video of the 7 games that have just recently showed up that I am extremely excited to dive into. And why am I filming this? Well, it's because tonight, Shira and I are leaving for about 5 or 6 days to spend a week playing games together, to get through some of the backlog we have, to finally take that week off and, well, I guess do my job while she gets a chance to have a little bit of a normal schedule and do what she enjoys doing, which is play some board games. So, yeah, this is a quick list looking at the games that have arrived, why they have arrived, and why I'm excited to play them. And we'll start over here with a game I'm going to be unboxing over on my second channel, Quack and Co, Mycelium. I backed this one back, I guess about a year ago. It is such an adorable little mushroom or mushling game based off this incredible little artwork. We found it at Origins. It was a little indie publisher that we highlighted there. It is just such a lovely little game where you're establishing and collecting and kind of moving over this little bit of an area control mechanic. I remember the prototype being extremely charming. The booth they had set up at Origins was wonderful. It might have been less than, it was a year ago. It was a year ago. And this game has just now arrived in the mail. I'm going to be opening it up today and hopefully playing it on the road this week. I also have this big beast of a game called Deliverance. Now, coming from one of my friends here in the industry, with a Love Thy Nerd seal down in the corner, Deliverance is one of the first Christian-based or religious-based board games. Now, it's not, if you grew up in the church like I did, it's not one of those, sometimes when you make something based off of a third-party text or an outsource, it doesn't carry the same weight that you want if it was a product in and of itself. Deliverance is not that. This is a hard-hitting skirmish/campaign game, depending on how you want to play it, and it uses the lore and the framework that I'm familiar with, that I grew up with, and then reinvents the literature, then starts changing the script, starts talking about what happens next and what the next stage of this war against the angels and the demons can be. And I think that sounds really cool. I've been excited about this for quite some time. I've been watching the development of it for years, and I'm extremely excited to open it up and dive into it and see exactly what they've created. So, Deliverance is on my list. Another game that just arrived that we've been doing research on, this is a little bit of an older one. This is Warline. Now, we do have a contract to do a gameplay video with Warline, and I can already tell you, we are currently working on filming more than one video on this game, because the research that I've done, the rules that we've read so far, and the fact that it looks like the perfect game for Shira and I. This is a head-to-head skirmish game, plays extremely quickly, where you build out the map and terrain, you establish your forts, you have multiple paths for victory conditions, from capturing troops, to taking out bases, to killing troops. You have cards that give you special powers, and you know a little bit of the information. It's almost open information. There's a little bit of hidden numbers that you don't know. And you're going to be drafting your troop numbers off of a set of dice and then moving forward into this war. It looks really, really solid. We're going to be playing it today. I'm extremely excited. We have one sponsored gameplay video for it, but then I was already telling Shira, I think we're going to do multiple for free because it just looks like the type of game we're both going to enjoy a lot. Another game that I've been waiting for some time is Last Light from Grey Fox Games. This is coming from our lovely Dice Tower contributor, Roy Cannaday, and this is probably the most approachable, arguably one of the best designed 4X games I've ever came across. Played it on TTS years ago, absolutely loved it, was very excited that Roy was able to blow it out of the water with his campaign, and I cannot wait to actually get this to the table. The response, by the way, from the world around has been head over heels. Everyone's loving this. Just arrived for me, I think, this week. And yeah, it's high up there on the list. Swing over to what might be our favorite Mind Clash games so far. We like a lot of Mind Clash games, but the prototype of this we adored. I loved the theme. I loved how approachable it was. It was in that midweight category with some expansions that might make it a little bit more complicated. I love the artwork coming from Mind Clash, like normal. And man, Shira and I are 100% going to be getting this to the table. This is just one of those that arrived about a week and a half ago. I haven't even opened it up because I know Shira is going to want to open it with me on camera. But high praise and high on the list. That's the other cool thing about what we do here is a lot of these I know. Like, I know what the games are. I've played them before. I've tested them before. Now we have the finished version, and it's about finding the time to actually sit down and play them. Summit Big Box Edition just arrived with a brand new expansion. I'm going to be doing some solo runs of this because the chaos is just, it's my type of product. But then on top of that, we are going to be getting together with West here soon, and he loves a good Take That game. So this might be on our list of getting to play with him this next week because, yeah, for him, there's nothing better than a good punch your neighbor in the face. Don't worry, it fell on mycelium, and neither of them took any damage. And then finally, oh man, we've been waiting what I feel like for a long time for this game. Bantam West has arrived. You're talking about the open exploration, multiple victory paths, open world experience of a Western-themed game. The prototype was great, but the amount of development work and product research and playtesting they've done since then has this game, I hope, better than it's ever been. From what I've heard from the designers, what I've seen from the community, is that this is a beast of a game, but also really, really, really well done. So, Bantam West is here. It is 100% on my list to play as soon as possible. I haven't even told Shira that this one arrived, to be honest with you, because she would want to break it open and play it immediately, and we haven't had the time. So let me know your thoughts. What are the games that have just arrived to your house? What are you looking forward to playing the most? Are any of these games that you also ended up backing? Have you got them to the table yet? I'd love to hear your side of this conversation. For me, I'm going to be taking at least half of these with me on the road so we can actually get them played this week. And then, we'll update you on what we think of them and what our final thoughts are as time goes. I think out of all of these, in the order that I'm the most excited to play them at the moment, I think my order would have to be Last Light, Septima. Maybe flip those. Warline, Mycelium, Deliverance, Summit, and then Bantam West. Only because Bantam West is going to be extremely heavy. Summit is extremely conditional. Solo or heavy, take that. And then moving up, Deliverance, of course, big campaign. So I've kind of mentally shifted the ones that are going to be harder for me to approach towards the back of the line a little bit because I don't want to be disappointed. Yeah, our industry's hard sometimes. There's a lot of things to play. There's a lot of great games coming in and more rolling in nearly every single week. So let me know how you deal with that problem. Let me know your thoughts. Do you keep your collection down to a single category, or do you just have this general influx of games that you can't seem to quite get to the table? Okay, we'll see you next time.